Hey, what's up everyone? This is K Collections, and can you believe how fast time flies? We're approaching the final quarter of this year, which means more servants! I hope your Saint Quartz and wallets are ready, because in this video, I'll break down the 6 remaining limited time servants we'll get in 2018. Let's get started! There will be 3 returning limited servants: the recently announced Nero Bride, which will be released on September 13th for us NA players. Jalter and Amakusa Shirou should, and the key word is should, be returning again this year. I put the JP dates under the banners. Obviously, we will get them earlier, but this will give you an estimated time frame. So now, I'll briefly break down these 3 servants, talking about their strengths and roles to give you an idea of what they can do. This way, you'll have a better insight on whether or not you want to summon them if you're on the fence. Afterwards, I'll do the same with the new limited servants, but let's be honest, most of you will wail for Jalter and Merlin. Don't lie! Starting with Nero Bride, she's a mix between a supporter and an offensive servant. Thanks to her skill sets being targetable, she can increase NP gain, attack, defense, star generation, and heal HP when necessary. All these effects are split between her 3 active skills, and each skill can target 1 ally, herself included. She has 3 arts attack in total, 2 normal, and 1 from her single target NP. This means she can work well with Arts team, but because of her versatile skill sets, she can fit into most teams. Now, since she is a balance between a support and attacker, Nero doesn't fully excel in one category, so you should always have another supporter and damage dealer. This doesn't mean she's bad. Her balance between both roles allow her to be flexible in combat. Now, depending on the situation, Nero can shift from a support role into an attacking role, and vice versa. That flexibility gives you more options, and more options is a good thing. Now, let's talk about my evil waifu. Go broke for Jalter. Trust me, screw Cock Wizard, forget about paying rent, Jalter is life. But honestly, she's amazing. She currently has the highest attack stat among all servants. On top of that, her skill sets make her even more deadly. She's a buster focused servant, go figure right, who possesses 3 offensive buffing skill. 1 will boost your team's attack, another will boost her buster performance while giving her invincibility, which helps with survivability, and the last will buff her crit damage and star absorption, which means Jalter can be a reliable crit servant for a few turns. Combine those skills with her NP Buster Brave Chain, and holy shit, she'll slaughter your enemies. Her passive skills are equally as impressive. Jalter is one of the rare servants with a passive NP charging skill. She's a powerful servant, and I highly recommend her to everyone. Moving on to the bastard who kinda killed my waifu, Amakusa Shirou. His main advantage would be his ruler class, which has resistance against most other class. Since he's more buster focused, Amakusa can be seen more as an offensive tank. His main role is to use his noble phantasm as much as you can during battle. The baptism skill can charge his NP gauge 10 to 20% each turn for 3 turns. This offers a lot of consistency, allowing Amakusa to use his NP often. So why is his NP good? Well, it's an AoE attack that removes all enemy buffs before the attack. This means any evasions or defense up will be removed, then the damage applies afterwards. Also, any other buffs like attack and crit up will be gone as well. This is very helpful when fighting against multiple bosses who utilize this buff frequently. Now, moving on to the remaining new limited servants: Cleopatra, Ishtar, and the infamous Merlin. These are the JP schedule. Again, we'll get these banners earlier, hopefully. So Cleopatra will be in the new Halloween banner, which is in between the Jalter and Amakusa banners. She is an offensive assassin who possesses a buster AoE NP attack. AoE NPs are rare for assassins, but one that focuses strictly on damage output? Ugh! I think I'm in love. Now, what's amazing is her NP spamming potential. She has an incredible NP gaining stat with good hit counts. If you're not convinced, Cleopatra has a skill that increases her own NP generation while charging it 10% each turn for 3 turns. She also has strong survivability, possessing 2 HP recovery skills, one which gives a chance to increase her attack and defense, as well as having an invincibility skill that removes debuffs. Lastly, being an assassin means she can generate stars. She has good hits on her quick and a skill that will produce stars immediately. Next is Ishtar, one of my personal favorite servants for obvious reasons. She is an offensive archer who utilizes her NP attack to massacre your enemies. Like Cleopatra, Ishtar possesses a Buster AoE NP that increases Buster performance thanks to its overcharge effect. If that isn't enough, she has 2 active skills that buffs attack. One boosts your entire team, while the other boosts herself. If you think enemies can dodge her attacks, have no fear. Ishtar has a NP battery skill that can potentially pierce invincibility, as well as possibly giving herself that effect. To top it off, she's a crit servant. Thanks to being an archer, which has an above average star absorption, combined with her passive and active skills that increases crit damage, she's great. However, I have to admit, the archer class is saturated with a lot of great servants. And finally, we have the servant that broke the game. You may ask, how is Merlin broken? Well, it's all thanks to his godly skills and noble phantasm. Honestly, there's just too much to talk about, so I'll just summarize a few things. Okay, you ready? Let's get started. He has a team NP battery skill, can buff attack, increase star generation, can give your team invincibility for 1 turn, can buff Buster performance, making him a solid Buster support. Oh, there's more. That skill also increases your target's max HP while boosting crit damage. And I think I'm forgetting something. But oh well, that's just his active skills. His noble phantasm is broken as well. It will heal your team each turn, charge their NP gauge by 5% each turn, and generate 5 to 25 stars, if you're a whale, each turn, all effects lasting for 5 turns. Now what's insane is that you can spam his NP, therefore stacking the effects. Merlin has 3 normal arts attack, passive skills that increases arts performance, and a skill like Jalter that charges his NP every turn. In this case, it's 5% charge per turn. Use his NP once, Merlin will consistently charge 10% of his NP gauge, give him a max limit broken Prisma Cosmos, and it'll be 20% each turn. And that's if you don't stack his NP effects. Otherwise, it'll be a lot more. I have to admit, you'd be insane not to summon Merlin. But screw that! Musashi all the way! Special thanks to my patrons Darkcry, Merlanda, who actually helped me with the title, Rosie, and Ryaz. You're all awesome, thank you so much. And if you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon. Also, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more FGO content, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, don't forget to join my Discord server, all links are in the description. So, which servant will you go after? Let me know, and have an awesome day everyone. Till next time.